Hey, good evening, friends. Louisiana Pipe Guy coming at you. Oh, got another Monday down and trying to wind it down. And I'm having to hit the hay a little earlier at night to get Emily up and going to school in the mornings. And of course, we're closed today, so technically today's Monday, but our Mondays really is kind of tomorrow. So tomorrow's when all the whatever's going to happen, bad day usually, So tomorrow is sort of our Monday. So anyhow, I am going to smoke this Lorenzetti, little bent billiard here, blasted. This is going from Just For Him in Springfield. And like I say, it's the lighting in here is not good, but this is really not. It's real deep burgundy with a lighter brown granny on the top, and of course you can see it here. And in it, I am going to be smoking tonight, kind of a long lost friend that I hadn't smoked in a pretty good little while here. It hadn't been neglected too bad, but it's a good old favorite that Alfred, aka Henry Sims, had sent me over in a package and really got me hooked on this stuff. It's Brigadier Black Alamo, and you can get it at pipesandcigars.com. And it was a blend that they just got them to reproduce. Apparently it was a limited time only. They do have them. It's there for a while, don't know how long. And these people make several blends, and if they're all like this one, it'll be thumbs up, top notch. So I got a full bowl of this stuff ready to fire up. Get a good cookie char on that thing, and probably gonna have to relight. Boy, that is good, man. It's just one of those that just right off you're just gonna have a good smoke. And I've gotten so many new blends in here lately that some of the old friends are still on the shelf, and I've been making it a point the last couple of days to kind of go back and visit with some of them. Now today, I've been on a kick of a relatively new one that I just got in back in early part of July from Just For Him also, and that was a long bottom leaf. I've been on that kick all day. I've had 3 or 4 bowls of that today. That's some good stuff. If you make an order from them, that's a must try. As well as Spanish Galleon, which is the same as the BCA Lane Limited. It's a great vanilla type Cavendish that's not overpowering with that fake type vanilla, that you run into. I watched Dion's review of the Cherry Smash from Boswell's. That's always heard great stuff about that. And it's hard to find a good cherry blend. The Spinnaker, I haven't done a review on it yet. It's coming out here this week from Sutliff, and it's one of the few that's not going to score very good. But it's hard to find a good cherry blend, and I've tried tons of them. And I mentioned one time here a while back, I like to cherry blend occasionally, and here they come. I got several in the mail. I'm not that kind of a cherry. I found one called 6 Kings from MA's that I keep in my rotation. That is truly a good one. It's a cherry vanilla, but very mild on the vanilla. Just enough to say it's there, really. But it's not an overpowering cherry, and I smoked the heck out of that. It's one I haven't smoked in a while, and it don't ghost pipe as bad as a lot of cherries are very notorious for doing. This is a good smoking pipe, and I'm drawing on it hard. I'm drinking a carbonated beverage, and I'm getting no tongue bite. It's just a good smoke. I've told this story about this pipe before, and I'm not trying to sound redundant, but I love a Bajan, and I own 2 of them, and we'll own some more. It's a lower end price range. Now you can get them on up as high as you want to, but most of mine are in the $60–$70 range, 75 or so. But they're just great smokers for the money, friends. You can't go wrong with them. I'm going to pick up another one here very, very soon. My first one came from MA. Second one came from pipescigars.com. And there's just if I bought every one of them I liked, I'd have a dozen of them. And May one day, because I'm going to buy a couple a year of them, maybe 3, until I kind of move on to something else. But Bajan has been a great smoker. I'd recommend it. Now back to the story of this thing. When I bought this thing, first thing I said the name totally wrong. And when I got home, matter of fact, the guy at Just For Him said it was something else. And I got home, I said, this is not what he said. This is a Lorenzetti. And I'd seen it before, which actually made me happier because it was a better named pipe, than what I thought I had. Because at first I went to looking up and I can't even remember what he said it was. And I got home and I got to checking some prices, and I thought, man, I just paid this cat about $30 more than I should have for that pipe. I could have got it at Pipes and Cigars or Smoking Pipes. So I said, well, you win some, you lose some. Live and learn. And I wear contacts most of the time, and so I can see good without them. If I have to, the doctor told me, he said, look, you need to just keep you a good cheap pair of reading glasses, and I do. Well, if I don't have my contacts in, a lot of times at night I'll take them out. If I'm watching TV or something, laying in bed watching TV or laying around the house, I'll put my glasses on to do that because I don't sleep in them every night. I'll sleep in them 3 or 4 nights, and I'll take them out 2 or 3 nights. And sometimes on the weekends I don't even put them in. I just wear the glasses. But with the glasses on, I can take them. I can't see far, but I can take them off and read. Well, I was looking at it. I said, this thing is and it says Lorenzetti, Italy, Nero. I said, that's not what it is. So I looked online. Well, sure enough, it was well in line with the price. Matter of fact, I saved about $7–8 buying it from him. Anytime you factor in the freight, it was probably $17–18. So I felt much better. But anyway, found a little interesting tidbit. It is made for Bajan or either by Bajan, and which I had thought this looked familiar at one that I was looking at in the Bajan line, stem and all. So basically I have 3 Bajan pipes, and this one, they just pricing it a little bit more than the name Bajan. But I'm telling you, try them, you'll like them. Now, I've rambled on about a Bajan pipe that had a gentleman asked me about, about what is ghosting. He's a newcomer, and that is so great. Ask these questions. You guys and girls that are just coming on the scene, don't be afraid to ask some simple question. That's what we're here for. We can help you. And like I told him, ghosting is when you're tasting the previous blend in with what you're smoking now. And like I say, cherries are notorious for doing that. And wanted to know about pipe and all upkeep and salt treatment. Just for my friends, most of I use the kosher salt, and I use Captain Morgan rum, spiced rum, rather than Everclear. I just like the flavoring and I use the pipe stem cleaners, and I run them through the stem with that. I'll dip them in that, and it works as helps keep the siren out and all too. But now when you use the Captain Morgan, it's not clear. Your salt is going to turn a tan look right off the bat. Of course, it'll get darker through the night, through the 24-hour deal. It'll get just as dark and brown when you're going through your salt treatment. But Captain Morgan rum works really well for me as a weekly clean out for the stems. And I'll even take them and being the pipe cleaner, double it up and with a little of that on it. Once I've cleaned the bowl out, run it through there and then take a paper towel and dry it out. Just be very careful. Don't get it on your finish, because it can damage the finish on one. And then on, when I've deoxidized the stem, I put chapstick, original unflavored chapstick or Chap-It, the old original in the black tube. Take it and put it on my finger and just coat it, and it'll keep that, it'll keep oxidation from coming back. Now the Brevia I use, if you put it on a finish like this, it's like it'll dry like a car wax. You got heck getting it off. But if you keep a little bit of chapstick on your fingers and you just kind of dot it around lightly, and then kind of take a rag, you talk about a shine on there. That's a good quick way to clean up a rusticated pipe. I talked to Wallace, Mr. Tree Stump 4, on the phone today. He left me a PM to call him, and he must think I'm the longest-winded cat around. We killed another 30 minutes, but I truly enjoyed talking with him today, and intend to do it again. I'm working on getting my Skype reset back up. I've messed up. I can't figure my password to get back in it, so I'm just going to start over, and when I do, I'll let y'all know. Well, we went into town today, and Emily decided she needed a new backpack, and Toys R Us had them on sale. Of course, you know how a trip is to Toys R Us, what that evolves into. But they had backpacks on. If you bought a backpack, you got a free lunch pail, lunch kit. So worked out good there. So, but we stopped at a little place to eat a burger. Little drive-in that came from is here in West Monroe. It's been there since the 50s, early 50s. Really takes you back in time. It's not real busy anymore, and I hope they hang on. The second people own it, the original, these people just bought it about 10 years ago, 11. But my mom went there when she was a little girl, and of course a teenager. It was a teenage hangout, and they still make one of the best old-fashioned burgers, the best in town, and I really love them old kind of places. They're getting fewer and fewer between. There's another little place in Monroe that opened in 51 or 52. Been in the same family nonstop. Called the Mohawk Seafood Tavern. Of course, they do seafood and steaks. Just absolutely good place to eat. Good plate of catfish or whatever. They'll do you a steak, or they even do hamburgers in there. But mostly steaks and fish and whatnot. And you can get a mixed drink. You can get, order a beer or whatnot in there. They've got a bartender on hand, but it's in the same old original building. And they've got several, and before everybody jumps on me about this being racist, I'm just telling you how it is. They got several black gentlemen that are working there, and all of them have been there at least 30 years. There's one of them been there since it opened in 1952, and another one that was come there, he said the other day, in 55. And 3 or 4 of them, like 59, 60, 61, been there all these years working for this family, and they all dress in white. When they bring your order out, if you order a Coke, it's in the actual bottle. They still bring it out. It's not the returnable, but they set the Coke bottle. It's just one of those old-fashioned places. It's hard to find, but anyhow, I want a pipe on eBay. It is a Mellow Bowl or something. It's an old Lorillard. It's just an old collector's pipe. I'll have it in late this week or first of next. Running out of time. Going to redo this thing if I don't shut up. Y'all have a good one. God bless, and we'll catch you down the road.